going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I have for you guys a little deck theory crafting when it comes to Epyon. Epyon was one of my favorite decks in GD02, right before the CB deck started coming out. And this was a really fun deck for me to play. We were playing more of a unicorn Epyon. So the fact that they revealed a couple of days ago the new Zechs and the Tallgeese III coming out, it kind of got me thinking if we can go back into playing with an Epyon sort of deck. So I'm going to show you guys two kind of deck theory crafting I'm doing right now when it comes to this. We were able to play a little bit with Wing's table, and you can play against AI, which you can put it against another deck if you wanted to. This deck right now is fun. You need more ways to deal with aggro when it comes to this sort of deck, but I want to kind of go over the deck for you guys. We're going to go over first the two new cards that came out. If you guys haven't seen it, specifically here, we will make another video for Celestial Being. We'll make one for G Gundam, because G Gundam is one of my favorite series. It's probably my favorite series, and I wanted to go over the cards when all those cards come out. So I'm going to go over the new cards. We're going to also go over the new Wing Gundam Zero Endless Waltz and also Hero Yui. But let's just get right into the deck. So just theory crafting, looking at EX Burst website here. You had a few cards you can play around with. 2/2, you can run this. It is an odds unit. It is not Link, but you cannot target your opponent with this card. But it is a 3/3, so you can, beat up a 2/2 if you needed to and still live by 1 HP. But obviously, if you're playing against Blurple or anything like that, they can ping it down to 1 and then take it out. Overall, interesting card just to put a body on the field. Looking at other cards they have for Oz, and obviously we would like to see more. You might not see Oz, but maybe with the Preventer and all those things from Endless Waltz, you may see more with this as well, because obviously looking at the Tallgeese we'll talk about in a second. So Zechs Leo here, it is a 3/2 Oz trait link. Very important because you're going to see what can link with this. But on pair, choose one enemy, 3 HP, and then rest it. So I thought it was really cool. You can pair this with any pilot, and you can get its effect to rest, which again can be really, really solid. It's 3/2 link with a pilot. You just waste 3 resources and you got a link on board. Pretty interesting card. Next is the GD02 Tallgeese. It is a 3/4 stat line Oz trait specifically. So you're going to see what we have for Oz traits to be able to get this effect going off. During link attack, on attack, choose one enemy with 2 HP or less and rest it. So the whole point of the deck is to really kind of rest and then attack their units to kind of have board control, so you have that going on. Next, we are trying to use a Tallgeese starter deck. This is a hit or miss sometimes. It is a 4 cost to use this effect, which is once per turn, you can set this card as active. And yes, it can swing at shield. Yes, it can swing at your units twice. There's no restriction besides you burning 4 of your resources. So not a card you see a lot often, but it is a card that you can link with Zechs, which is very important because we have 2 Zechs coming out all together soon. So we added in the deck. I'll show you guys the other variant that I'm using that's a little bit more competitive, but you know what you have to do to make that work. So next is the new unit that was revealed. It is Tallgeese III. It is a 5/3 4/4 stat line that links specifically with Zechs only. Once per turn, during your turn, when this unit destroys an enemy unit by battle damage, choose one of your rested Preventers / G team link units and set it as active. It cannot attack during this turn. So right now, currently, if you was to bring it up on here and use this, and you do it on the fly so you guys can see it. You look up G team and pull up G team. You'll see all the G team units that you can potentially reset if you wanted to. We'll make sure we put it as units only. And what you do is you allow it to set it as active if this unit specifically destroys a unit by battle. So all these units right now are the ones you can actively touch and tap it as active. So that's something to keep in mind. As we get more, it's going to be a little bit better. Hopefully you get some more lower units so you can actually generate and be better that way as well. But interesting effect. You can tap itself right now. It is the only preventer that I know of right now currently making this video, which is June 28th. So there will be probably more cards being revealed, but you can untap itself, so you can put it back as active so they don't swing at it if you needed to. We also have another card in here. We're just going to skip right along. One silver bullet. I didn't know what to put. This could be graceful demeanor, whatever you want to put. Skip right into the next card, Wing Gundam Zero Endless Waltz. This card really, really solid. It's coming out in GD05 as well. With this, while there's a enemy unit rested, this unit gains suppression, and then on attack, choose one enemy unit and rest it. So you are forcing them to rest a unit. It becomes now guaranteed to be suppression, which is really solid. You do not get suppression if there's no unit. Keep that in mind. There's times where I thought I got game, they have no units, and I forget that this doesn't have suppression. So this is kind of the reason why I kind of wanted to play around with the deck to kind of get a feel for it. Understanding these are the things you can't do when you're playing with the deck. So really, really solid card. Again, this you can tap with the Tallgeese III. So if you have this out already, you can swing, hit with the suppression, rest one of their units, then you can then take this Tallgeese, smack the unit that's rested, it destroys it by battle, and you can tap this back to active for next turn, so they don't get a chance to actually take this unit out. So that's something to keep in mind. Right now, that's the two combo units that we're doing right now, trying this out. Both of them, you don't need the pilot, but you need to link it if you want to rush it. So just keep that in mind. Next, we have 4 Epyons. To me, I love this card. Just don't see a lot of play right now. I'm running at 4 as a theory crafting, but during link once per turn, during your turn, when one of these units, when one of your units destroys an enemy unit by battle damage, set this as active. If you know the ruling has changed or been corrected, then you know how to play this card. On top of that, you have now 2 Zechs, so you have 8 targets that you can potentially use when it comes to this, so you can link it and get it going, which is also really, really solid as well. You want the blue one because then that one can give you the draw, but you have the white one as well. If you needed to, just give you 1 more HP if you needed to, and it's also really solid as well. I think this overall can help board clear. This is your end game, which is also really solid as well. I think let's just go right into the new Zechs, if you don't mind. We'll go into the other cards as well, and I explain why I'm using those in this deck. You have the new Zechs. It is a command pilot. People did not want to see this as a command pilot, but it is a command pilot. Very interesting. It is a preventer trait, as you can see in the bottom of the card. It is a 1/2 stat line command pilot. That you can link. Unfortunately, there's no burst where you can add this card to your hand. That would be amazing, but you can't, unfortunately. But the command itself, the Wind Against Fire, choose one of your enemy units, choose one enemy unit that is battling one of your units that is level 5 or higher, and just give rid of that, 5 or higher. It gets -3 AP during this battle. So this is pretty much almost an unforeseen for anything level 5 or higher. So anything from where my Tallgeese is at and above, this becomes now a unforeseen. So if you need an unforeseen and you don't have the unforeseen in hand, you have this as if you needed to. So something to keep in mind. That's the reason why I'm running it, because half the deck can be protected if you needed to, but then this also has the name that you need to link to rush on a unit as well. Decent, solid. Again, putting this onto the blue Epyon, it becomes a what's it called? Jesus, I can't even think. 7/8, which is also really, really strong. Can be very beefy. 8 HP is nothing to cough at, so that's really solid. The only thing is, again, this one gives you the draw, this one does not. So just keep that in mind how you want to play. Honestly, sometimes you might need the draw early on for your hands. This might be better at the end, but again, this can help you with the draw as well, so it's up to you. There's going to be ways for you to repair this, so if you need to repair it, and we'll discuss it. And there's also a way to damage mitigate, like, again, you have the unforeseen Zechs, but you also have the unforeseen card as well. Moving forward back to where we're supposed to have started, you have this card here, which is a 2/1 from GD01 rare. Main action, choose one of your friendly link units. It recovers 3 HP. Most of these units can all link, which is really solid. You can link from this all the way up. Besides Silver Bullet, anything can be a link from moving forward, which is actually pretty much why I'm running the deck the way it is. Again, you can make this a graceful demeanor if you wanted to early on. Again, this is just a theory crafting on it. But what this does is it has where you can recover 3 HP, which is really solid. So if your opponent thinks they can take out a unit because it has 1 or 2 HP left, they swing a little weenie in it, you can go ahead and activate this, recover 3 HP, and you just get rid of that weenie. There's a lot of times where sometimes they do that, and you can now trade better, and now your unit stays up alive if you need it that way. On top of that, you can also use it as a pilot. It is an Oz pilot, which is very important. Unfortunately, is only plus 1 AP, no HP. I say that's very important because you can link that with Zechs Leo. So you can link it with this, get the link to rest at 3 HP, and you can swing at it. The only thing that sucks, again, you can swing at a 2/2, but you're going to take it out and you're going to get rid of your unit. That's kind of wasteful in that scenario. So something to keep in mind, if you do need a link right away, you can go ahead and link it. Another linkable unit for this pilot, if you need it, is this Tallgeese, which makes it a 4/4 if you need it to, which again, link it, attack, minus rest a 2 HP or less. So you can do that as well if you need to. You can link it. 4 overflows to be able to draw and discard unforeseen, help keep some of your units up, make some better trades if you needed to. You also have Corsica base, solid card, can get you tokens. It's part of Leo Oz, so I figured why not put that in here. We have Deval here, with Deval here giving you the heal option if you needed to, with a base, which is also really solid, especially moving with these sort of units as you continue to progress mid to late game. This card is really, really solid. You also have Hero Yuri. Hero Yuri here is for the link specifically if you need to rush with Wing Gundam Endless Waltz. But on top of it, it's just a generic pilot that has a good trait that when this unit that it is paired to destroys an enemy shield area card, so base or shield, with damage, choose one of your enemy unit, it gets minus 2 AP this turn. So this can be very helpful to damage mitigate. If you have this on this, you can go ahead and break shield, minus 2 AP, swing with this, or swing with this, and you can still live. So there's some ways you can get around and minus 2 AP on that. And then if you have Zechs added to one of these, where you can minus 3, you can take out a 5 and not take no damage onto it. So there's some plays you can do with this, which is also really nice. Running it at 4. Having 12 pilots is crazy. Technically, it's actually more like 15 pilots because you can consider this, but I kind of use this mostly in a pinch if I need to. But all these command pilots are more, you can use a command if you need it to protect these, or mostly protect these, then you're good to go. Or if you need the link to rush, you need to, then you have it as well. So this is something that was, theory crafting about. Now, while we were playing on a live stream the other day, we were playing around and we added some protection when it comes to this. So we did cut out the 2/2s and put pretty much Zolat here, 3/2 blocker just to help out. We also obviously put a lift whiff in here as well just to be able to block a little bit against aggro. Aggro just kills this deck because it needs 1 or 2 units max where they can flood the board. That's why you can probably put Graceful Demeter in here if you wanted to. I'm trying to figure out what I would cut specifically here. I could probably cut one of these Zechs out down. I am running 5 bases, so we could probably put this down. Kusanagi, really, really solid. It can bounce a unit back to their hand, which is, again, helping with aggro. You can also do that with Graceful Demeanor as well. So this is only 1 unit you can actually do with Graceful Demeanor, so that would probably be a little bit better, and maybe you can do that as well. Just things, again, I was playing around with this. I played this against my CB red-purple deck and did pretty well against my own deck on Wing's table. And then you have the Tallgeese. I have it at 3. I cut down this Tallgeese to 2. I might drive this to 1. He's very situational. You don't really want him on turn 5. Maybe later in the game you might be good because then you can use either one of these decks if you have it. So that is for that. We did cut out the Silver Bullet. We just left the Tallgeese 3, Wing Gundam at 4, Epyon down to 3. We kept getting multiple Epyons, and the fact that I kept I didn't always see my overflow to pitch, so I ended up just dropping this Epyon down to 3. Can definitely see it going down to 2, but this is pretty much your end game. This is suppression to help kill everything, but then Epyon is to finish everything off there. I went down to 2 for this odds pilot because I kept seeing it as well. We have so many pilots if you need to, but if I had to, one of them is going to heal, the other one's going to be linked. So depending on what I need, like I said, I can go ahead and link if I needed to. And I brought this down to 2. I could definitely see myself maybe cutting again, maybe a Zechs here to be able to make space for something else. Maybe we take Tallgeese out, and maybe we'll take this starter deck Tallgeese and the Zechs here. Maybe take out 2 and put 2 graceful demeanors that can help up early on. Probably do some more testing on Wing's table to try this out against AI. 3 overflows because I needed to cut something, and if I cut anything else, it would actually affect how the ratios would be getting things on when I needed to. So best thing to cut at that point was overflow. I did have 3 unforeseens before, and we dropped it down to 2. Again, you have Zechs. Anything past this Tallgeese, half the deck is going to be able to be used with this instead if you needed to. Unforeseen is just to help out if you don't have it to use it. The Valier obviously still really solid base. I took that out. I mean, I kept that in, and I took out the Korsakas to put Kusanagi's just to bounce my opponent's units. Really, really annoying. It is a 4 HP, so it doesn't take much to kill it. An Adept with a Mika would get rid of this. So something to keep in mind. Like I said, you can probably put graceful demeanor and take one of these out, or take these 2 out and put graceful demeanors, and then put 3 maybe 3 Devals and 2 Korsakas back again. 4 Hero Yuris, because again, it's just a generic pilot that can be worked with anything. On top of that, it links with the Wing Gundam, so if you need to, you go ahead. So that's something to keep in mind. Zechs at 4, it pretty much can be put onto anything. The blue Zechs can put from this 3-2 all the way up to link all the way up to level 8. Besides the Wing Zero Gundam can pretty much be go ahead and get linked out and get the draw. So having that 4, if you happen to see one, you most likely are going to go get into another one eventually. And worst case scenario, you can get into the Zechs, which is why I do love that we have now 2 pilots for coming into the game. You have 2 Armorels coming, you have 2 Wings, you have 2 Zechs, 2 Banagers, 2 Camille's. So all that plays a factor into like now you can make decks specifically focusing on those units. And that's pretty much it. Again, this is a theory crafting build. I started to tweak it as we were playing. We went against my red-purple deck and did pretty well against it. Because again, I know what my deck is against. And I will eventually do an update on both my CB decks before GD05 comes out. And then we will also be discussing some of the new stuff coming out for G Gundam, which is again one of my favorite series. If not, it is my favorite series. And then 00 is also my favorite series as well. Wing is right behind it. And when it comes to all those things, those are the cards I will be talking about when more of the cards keep coming out, or most of, if not all of the cards come out. Then that's when we start to do the videos specifically tailored for those archetypes that I'm excited about specifically. But that's pretty much it. I wanted to try this deck out because again, they release and reveal these cards, and with this you can play on Wing's table. So if you do use EX Burst, you can go ahead and save this and then go ahead play. And then here is Wing's table here. So for those who keep asking, I know we had a few people on stream, hey, what website is that? If you have EX Burst, you can hit play and go Wings table. If not, I would try to leave a comment down below or something in the lines. But you can go ahead and use EX Burst and click on this and you have Wings table if you need to. And that is pretty much it. Hopefully you guys like this theory crafting. I kind of wanted to try out the deck and see how we can work with it. Let me know down in the comments down below, what would you do differently to this deck? Obviously, I know Tallgeese III isn't the greatest, but I think we do need more units. Hopefully we do get more of the lower units, where maybe we'll get rid of this Tallgeese here, and maybe we can have other units that this can benefit with. So that's something to keep in mind. Probably get more preventer units as well, so early on might be better, and this can be helpful, but right now this isn't as great, so that's why I kept it down to 2. And it's just really to restand itself or restand Wing Gundam Zero. That is pretty much what that play is, and that's why he is put down to 2. But that's again final goodbyes. Thank you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.